That way, if anybody's not able to make it, they can always look at it later. So here we have some tips for success. We will go in, I will show you how to access the timeline, how to access all the good stuff to make sure that your listing concierge order is successful. So there's 12 tips here. The first one is to remember that the listing concierge coordinators, or you'll hear us refer to them as the LCCs for short, they're busy bees. So they actually time block during the day. They are Coldwell Banker employees. So they do work business hours, Monday through Friday. I believe in our area that can be anywhere from 8 in the morning until I want to say 5:30 or maybe 6 o'clock. But I always, in my mind, think, okay, business hours are basically 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. They're not always available by phone. You can always leave them a message. If they don't get back to you immediately, there is a number that you can call for general listing concierge help. You can always reach out to me as the field marketing specialist. I am sure you're able to reach out to your SSA as well if you have a question, because I know sometimes that urgency there can feel like an emergency, but as long as we have somebody that we can at least talk to, sometimes we feel better. But they're not ignoring you. I promise they will get back to you, usually within a few hours. So the assistance that I was talking about with the listing concierge number, there is help for that. And this is something I've whittled all of this down to send it out to agents as they place orders, so that, you know, if you've placed an order, you should get a reminder of all of these. If you have any questions from 8:30 in the morning until 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, there is a main hotline, that 1-833-LIST-CON. You can call, figure out how to place an order, who's your listing concierge coordinator, how do you upload photos if you need to, maybe what is the status or the notifications, how do I get in to do minor changes and edits. These are all things that your field marketing specialist that I can help you with as well. So you can always reach out to me via email. If I'm not available, just definitely send me an email. I will get back to you. But you can always email your LCC as well. Usually email works very well, again, because they time block. You can always say, hey, here are all of my questions. Can you give me a call? Or here are all of my questions. Can you just shoot me an email with the response? And again, LCC may not answer your live call because they're time blocking. They might be in a different time zone. Most of ours, I do believe, are Eastern time. But especially if it's a busy season. So again, this main line is here for overall assistance and guidance. There's also chat support. So if you're like me, I like to type in my questions and multitask. So you can always chat with them. Excuse me. And they also have an email, a general email that you can go through and get that information that you need. This piece here I'm going to highlight. I'm going to shout this from the mountaintops. Enter your sphere in the prospect square. I think a lot of people lately have done such an awesome job working on their CRM, so that client relationship management tool that we have in InTouch. I know some agents use Close, some agents use different CRMs that they have found in other places. Whatever your CRM is, let's go in together. We'll do an export of all of the people. We can keep them in groups, which I always suggest. But we're going to put all of them in your prospect square, because this is how your e-flyer goes out. I do want to tell you, you'll see on this screen, it says clients for life. We don't have that yet. Bonus tip, don't tell marketing I told you. It's coming soon, and it's going to be amazing. So we want to get those people into prospect square so that we can utilize that stuff for listing concierge. And then in the future, when we get all the new good stuff that comes out, this I always equate to, if you buy a Happy Meal, you don't throw your French fries out. If you do, you call me. I love French fries. We'll be fast friends. But honestly, folks, think about it. If I go out and I buy a package of anything, I'm going to utilize every single bit of that package, or I've then paid more money for less stuff. This is a really important thing. Your sphere those are your people. And you might say, well, why do they care if I've just listed a house? It reminds them you do real estate. It keeps you top of mind. It makes you look like an expert in the market because, hey, look, you got another listing. It shows off your professional photography. It shows off your professional marketing. They might not be in the market, but guarantee you along the lines, they're going to know somebody that's in the market. Use your sphere to your advantage. Again, those are your people. Have them in Prospect Square. If they're not, work on loading them now. Set an appointment with me. We will work on that together. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Sometimes we're able to get them in 15, 20 minutes or less. And sometimes we need a couple appointments to get that done. That is okay. I'm in it with for the long haul with you. I can definitely help you with that. So your listing concierge team is sitting at a red light till they get your photos and your copy. I do have a little issue with the fact that they keep calling it copy because we know in the real estate world, we call it what? Remarks. We have MLS remarks or a property description. So even though somebody might come to you and say, hey, you need marketing copy, a lot of people turn around and go, well, what the heck is that? What is the marketing copy? That's going to be your property description. Now, for anybody that used this program back in the day when it first came out, you had to put the property description in when you placed the order. Agent feedback came in profusely asking, hey, I don't know what the property description is yet. Like, I'm listing the property. I just listed it. Give me a hot minute to think about what I want to say. So they're doing that. In doing that, people are forgetting to go back in and put that property description in. Now, you will get an email from your listing concierge coordinator that will say, hey, I need the copy. If you're even assigned a listing coordinator, because usually they were waiting until they had the photos and the property description. Sometimes they will assign you a listing coordinator before that. But again, if there's no property description in there, they cannot get started. And that's a delay on your timeline. So if you have expectations that, hey, I have the photos done today, I'm going to get the photos back tomorrow, all my deliverables are going to be starting on that timeline. If you don't have that property description in there, the timeline gets pushed back. Shakespeare can rest easy. So one thing they will do is go through your property description. They will not write it for you. They will not rewrite it for you. The only thing that they have the authority to do is to make you look good. So they're going to fix any typos, spelling, grammar, punctuation, and they're also supposed to fix your legalities according to the local market, legal rules. The only thing I've noticed they don't do is we hit a lot of fair housing violations. We are not allowed to talk about people in our marketing. We don't want to talk about people. We want to talk about the property itself. So I don't want to say, hey, this property has a great deck for, your family and your friends. I don't want to say that, but I want to say it's great for entertaining. So they're not going to go in and do things like that, but they are going to make sure, if you have anything that really does stand out, they're going to fix it. And it will be changed as minimally as possible. And again, just to make you guys look good. We don't ever want marketing to go out with a typo. Understanding your turnaround times is key. This is the main thing I find with listing concierge, where people do not understand how this system works. Once you complete your order, you will see an online screen overview of what to expect next. It looks a little bit different than this. It's been updated since we put this together. But at the top, it also reminds you to put in your property description. So anyone that comes back and says, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that, please look at all of the pages as you go through the process. The clock for completing your order does not start again until the photos and that property description are in the system. I'm gonna put that property description in right away. You can always edit it later. If there's something that the seller calls and says, hey, I really need you to talk about XYZ, you can do that. I always like to, when we would meet with new clients on a listing presentation, I would always have them send me 3 things that they love about their house and or their neighborhood. And I would try to include those in my property description. Once you've uploaded the photos, or your photography company does that for you. So if you've taken your own, maybe you have a private photographer that you use. Again, cell phone pictures do not work in this program. They're not high definition enough for a lot of these pieces. But if you have a professional photographer you've used, I know several agents that have those really expensive cameras, or I would just use the photographer in the system just because it's so cost effective. They're going to upload those photos for you, or you're going to upload them. And again, you're going to get that copy in there, and that's going to be the catalyst. Now, I will kind of break away from this little PowerPoint thing here and let you know there are 5 pieces that you can do in 60 minutes or less. The minute that you have your photos in the system, the minute that you have your property description in the system, you have both of those together, you can immediately create a flyer, a social media banner, a DIY video slideshow. You yourself can publish your single property website. You don't have to wait 24 hours. If you wait, your listing concierge coordinator will do that for you. And because you guys asked for it, you're now able to unlock your brochures. So there was a lot of confusion in the system that brochures were done within 24 hours. A lot of agents were coming back and saying, hey, can you just let me get in and do it myself? And unfortunately, the LCCs didn't have the power to do that. They have updated the system. You now have the ability to unlock your brochure. Now, remember, if you do that, when you proof it, approve means approve. So if you haven't had someone else create it for you, if you've gone in and done everything yourself, just make sure everything looks good to you. Once you approve it, it goes to print immediately. And if you like the service of having someone do it for you, rest assured that brochure will be there within 24 hours business days. So notifications are your superpower. You want to become familiar with the recent activity in this section of Listing Concierge. You can go into the recent activity and you will actually see dated and time-stamped what is going on. So if you're looking for a proof, if something is processing, it's going to tell you who did it and the date and the time. Excuse me. So this is going to come into play. So you're going to see your own name for the DIY, maybe the DIY slideshow. If you go in and do your own brochure, you're going to see those things. In addition to that, in the order management screen, you're going to see a kebab menu for some of those items. So those little 3 vertical dots that we see, that little menu item there, you'll be able to click on those for your postcards or your trifold mailers or your brochures. You'll be able to click on that, and it's going to tell you exactly when they were mailed. If you're doing postcards or trifold mailers, it's going to tell you exactly how many were mailed. And on the bottom section, it's going to let you know where. If they were a radius around the property, did they send one to the property itself? Did they send one to you? You're going to know exactly where they were sent, what day they were processed, so what day they were actually printed and mailed. So it gives you the power to go in and, again, be able to see all of this. And I am a very, very big fan with my clients of under promising and over delivering. So I'm going to let my clients know, I have a digital marketing team and a professional photographer and a marketing specialist. They all work for me. They do this marketing. Good marketing does not happen overnight. So it may take them several days to get this really exquisite, professional, beautiful marketing out. And then I'm going to go into the system and I'm going to do some of it ahead of time. And I'm going to be like, oh, look, this is already done. So now I look like the rock star that I am. Also, you want to go in and tell your listing concierge coordinator what photos you like best. So that's going to be something as simple as going through and clicking the heart. Anything you see here with the heart filled in, this agent liked the best. Anything that does not have the heart filled in, they probably still like them, but not the best. So you want to click anything between 10 and 12 photos, just because those are the photos that your listing concierge coordinator will use to complete your brochure, your single property website, to complete your trifold mailers, your postcards, etc. This is important, guys, because photos are very subjective. I might look at this list here and I might say to you, wow, like I really love this kitchen photo here. And you might look up here and go, oh no, this is a much better photo, or vice versa. We might look at the living room photo and I might be like, oh wow, this photo here is great. It's got the window. Somebody else might think that's busy and they really want this shot instead. So you can see it's extremely subjective. Same thing with the front of the home. So again, what you want for your marketing, you have complete control. If you don't favor your photos, your LCC is going to create proofs based on what they think works best. So if you're an agent that's like, look, I'm not a marketing person, give me the photos, put the things in there that should be in there, and let's just call it a day. You can do that. So that's a great service that this provides as well. I will give you a tip and trick. In the Listing Concierge system, when you go in to look at these photos, they should be provided from your photographer. We have requested, and I believe moving forward, they will show you the front of the home, kind of do a walkthrough tour of the home out into the backyard. I don't know that they all do that, but whatever order you want your photos in, it's very easy to click on a photo and kind of move them around. You'll see here as well, the little numbers that are here. You can click on that number, and instead of 5, I can use the scroll bar, and maybe I want to make that number 36 and put it at the end. I can do that. Once all of these photos are in order, do I really want to go into the MLS and put them in order again? Not exactly an efficient use of my time. I can go into the system once I've done them in order in this system. Again, very easy to manipulate them and move them around. I can select all. I can download the high resolution, save them to a folder on my computer, go to the MLS and simply upload the entire folder. They're going to be in the exact same order that I put them in this system so that I don't have to put them in order twice. Again, if that's what you want to do, have fun, but just a tip and trick that's there to save you some time. So you will also see once your proofs are ready, you will get a notification from your LCC. So please be on the lookout from the emails from your LCC. I've had multiple agents that said, well, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. We go back into their email and there are so many unread messages. Just be on the lookout for those. I know you guys get like 5 billion emails a day, but just be on the lookout for those. They give you some really good proofing tips and tricks. And then just going into the system to remember to review, edit, approve. They will send you reminders, especially if you are a first timer. When you place your order on the last page in the little bubble, just let them know it's your first order, and your LCC is going to know, hey, this person hasn't done this before. Maybe I need to send another email as a reminder in case you've missed it. But the power really is in your hands. Again, the photos, the copy, the design edits, you can go in and do all of these. If you are not tech savvy, please do not be afraid to use this system. We can do a one-on-one appointment. We can dive into it together and I can help you do it. Now, I can't do it for you, but I can assist you as you go through the process. You can change the design yourself in the system. You can change the copy. Again, we all have had those sellers, I think, that come back after you're almost ready with all of your marketing that says, hey, did you mention XYZ? So we can always go in and add that later. There used to be a reject button in here. If you reject it, it was a delay. It had to go back to the LCC who had to schedule all of, make all the changes and have it come back out to you. Now we can just do it ourselves. So again, that's something that you guys asked for in that critical feedback, and they have improved the system. That includes the brochures now as well. You can go in and make sure they look exactly the way you want them to. I always recommend when you are proofing to download the PDF, even if that means it gets really big on the screen and you can look at it, or you would like to print it out. We would rather you print it out and use a couple pieces of paper and know that it's exactly the way you want it. So just know, again, that power is in your hands. And approve means approve. It will come up and ask you if you're sure. So just like when you go into Express Docs, if you guys use like Shutterfly, if you use some of those other apps out there where you do photo stuff, any other vendor, once you hit the approve button, there is no going back. The system literally sends it over to the printer, and it gets printed very quickly after that. You will receive the warning. Are you sure you want to approve? Be very sure before you hit that final button. Again, download the proof, print it out if you need to, look at it, have someone else look at it, fresh eyes. Are there typos? Anything of that nature. Feel free to give it to your SSA, to your manager, to another agent in the office. Give it to your kids. Give it to your roommate. Hey, can you read this over and just tell me, make sure I don't have any, typos or anything. Unfortunately, your listing concierge coordinator is unable to stop the materials from going to print once you hit that approve button. It's very quick turnaround. So again, just make sure when you hit that button that you mean it. And remember the 3 objectives of listing concierge. We want to win the listing every time. We want to eliminate that commission debate, prove our value, that value proposition, and turn 1 listing into 3. And I could tell you lots of agents now that are getting so much business from this, because again, we know yard signs work. So half the people out there are finding their properties. They're driving by the neighborhood. Oh, look, this house is for sale. That's the catalyst. Let me look it up. And then the neighbors are seeing your name rider. They're seeing your maybe even your face in the yard. They're going by with a dot signal rider, and they're texting the code to the number, and they're getting the e-flyer sent to their phone. The whole purpose, again, is to help you to get more business, get the leads, get more listings, again, because when you list this house and then the neighbor 3 doors down and across the street list their house, and then the neighbor around the corner lists their house, now you've kind of got a monopoly on the market. All the people in the neighborhood are like, oh, well, I guess I had to call so-and-so because so-and-so is like the agent for this area. So that's really the objective. We want to always get the listing. Of course, we know it's very competitive out there with listings right now. This does give you a huge competitive edge. Again, proving your value, we know that you're worth it, and turning that listing into additional listings. So we're going to go into listing concierge. If anybody has any questions, feel free to unmute, speak up. No questions? Okay, we're going to keep on trucking. So in listing concierge here, you guys know if you click on listing concierge, it's going to take you into where you can place your order, you can manage your orders, but there is this little elusive button right down here, this little kebab menu, the ellipsis, the 3-dot menu. Everybody calls it something different, but we want to click on these 3 dots, and we're going to see the help center that has a wealth of information in it. But the most important thing that I love so very much is this timeline. So that's really going to help me as I develop my strategy for marketing my listing. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to go ahead and put in my Mid-Atlantic region. And then the date that the photography is uploaded and the marketing copy is submitted, I need that date. Hopefully they're going to update this to remind us that it is Monday through Friday business hours. So frequently I have an agent that calls me that's a little upset, doesn't understand. Well, I put my property description in yesterday, but they did it at 9 o'clock at night. I know you guys work around the clock. I know you do. Like, you guys don't ever sleep. You buy and sell real estate all day and all night. But the people working on the system are employees, so they work during the day. So if you submit that property description at 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, that 24-hour turnaround time starts the next day. So let's say I go in, today is the 16th, and let's say my photos are going to be taken tomorrow on the 17th. This will be a very good example. So I'm not going to get my photos back until Friday. The property that I'm listing isn't going on the market until next week. So that's going to be okay for me. But if I have my photos taken on the 17th, they are due back to me by the 18th, either 24 hours or at the latest by 5 p.m. the next day. Most of the time, you do get them way before 24 hours. Sometimes the same day, it just depends. But definitely by the next day. So the 18th would be my turnaround time. Now, I do have to be sure that I have my property description in the system. So that marketing copy. We don't have copywriting assistants here. I think that's just their fancy way of letting us know we automatically have it with all of our orders in the Mid-Atlantic, where they do look for grammar and punctuation and all of that. We don't have to pay any extra for that. So that's already included for us. Also, any holidays that are included in that timeline calculation. So if there is, for example, Memorial Day or Labor Day, 4th of July, those things, they're not going to count as days in the equation. So here we're going to say Friday is my delivery date of my photos. I've already been a good doobie and put my property description in the system. And now I have a timeline. So now I can see when to expect and manage my own expectations of when everything is going to be in the system. I can see when my property website is going to be live. Now, granted, that's if I want my LCC to work on it and to push it out. If I want to work on it and make it go live, I can do that right away. As soon as I have my photos and my property description in the system, I can get that thing published. If I want to wait again for the LCC, that will be done within 24 hours business day time. So that's what I'm saying. Friday, I have my photos and my property description. So on Monday, everything is there to get rolling. My brochure proof will be done for me Monday. So again, if I want to go in now and do the brochure on my own, I can unlock it myself. I can go in, determine what photos I want, determine that everything is spelled correctly and grammar is correct and all the things. And then, definitely want to download that and look at it before I send it to print. But you don't have that delay. You can do all of that on Friday yourself instead of waiting until Monday. So there is a 48-hour return time or 2 business days for your just listed mailer or postcard, depending on which package you have. And again, that would be on Tuesday that you're going to get the proof. If you go in Tuesday, I'm going to put this on my calendar. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not going to remember on Tuesday that I need to go in and proof this. I teach this for a living. I'm still not going to remember. I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'm going to put a reminder on my phone. Whatever else I need to do to remind myself. The listing concierge coordinator most likely is also going to send me an email and just gently remind me, hey, this is in here. Go proof it. I'm going to go look at the proof. Don't forget to approve and send to print. Once you send that to print, of course, we know the beauty of this program. They're going to print it. They're going to love it. And you will receive one of those yourself. Also on Tuesday, that property e-blast. Remember when I said Prospect Square? That's the french fries of the whole deal. We want to make sure that we have all of our people, our clients, our prospects, our sphere of influence, have them in our Prospect Square. The listing concierge coordinator is going to ask you who you want it sent to. That really is going to revolve around groups. They do have to be in a group. If I have 1,000 people and I just shove them in Prospect Square and they're not in a group, we can't use them. So we can easily go in there and create a group and just put them all in a sphere. That works too. If it were me, I would send it to every single person that I know. I'm going to make sure that I have all of the names and the emails of every agent I've ever co-opted with. Even if I don't like them, I'm going to send them out, make sure that they're getting all of this. That's just another bonus, a benefit and a bonus that I'm giving to my seller, sending it out to everyone I know, especially prospective sellers. Also on Tuesday. So this is really important, guys. Don't be fooled by gold and platinum. We are special here in the Mid-Atlantic. We get boosted by HomeSpotter for every single package, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. We get social and web advertising by Boost. Guys, you get leads from this. I just worked with an agent. She had over 60 leads already, and her ad was not finished. I have seen anywhere from 8, 9, and 10,000 views online to 25,000 views of any one given ad. Remember, it's not just a property that's being advertised here. It is awareness for you. Your name, your face goes out. You can change this and update it. It's going to automatically come out from our Coldwell Banker Mid-Atlantic page. You can change it to look like it's coming from your business page, your own business page. And you want to go in and look at the ad. Guys, go in and put your seller's information in. They will never, ever know. We're going to go into Boost by HomeSpotter. We're going to find this particular listing before the 22nd when it goes live. So I do have until Tuesday. I have a couple of days. You know, I got the weekend there, got those business days there, but I'm going to go into the system. And this is something that I can help you with personally. We're going to go into that system, put their name, their email address. They'll never know. Your ad's going to follow them around the internet. Your seller's going to see your ad for their property everywhere. Why would they not tell everybody to call you to sell their house? Because you're going to get it done. Other thing that you're able to do is add additional people. Maybe you have more than one seller. Maybe it's a group of people that's selling the house. Maybe you have prospective sellers that are on the fence. They're not sure if they really want to list their house right now. Are they going to call you? Are they going to list with you? Put their name in, put their email in, let them be followed around the internet by you. And look, it's going to be a sign. They're going to have to call you. Why would they not? Also, we have the updates. We have a lot of agents that say, hey, how do I get this out to other agents in the area? Agents that buy, rent, and sell in this area. They work in this area. They do business here. Within 5 business days, it does come out every Friday. So I know that, you know, this Friday's the 18th. It's not going to quite be ready to get in that update, but it will go out next Friday. And it's going to go to, again, all of the area agents. Sometimes that's up to like 30,000 agents, guys. It goes to everybody. And then we have our professional photo slideshow. You guys know I affectionately call that the HGTV video slideshow with that professional voiceover. If you do a bronze or silver, you get 20 seconds. If you go gold, you get 30 seconds. And if you go platinum, you get 40 seconds. Go in before that date and just look over the script. I know nowadays, because the MLS does not cap how many characters we have for our property description, sometimes you go in and you just keep talking. And that's okay. Some of these descriptions are very long and robust, and for good reason. But we have to be able to fit what we're going to say into the 20, 30, or 40-second time frame without sounding crazy, or, you know, we want people to be able to understand what we're saying and talk normally. So we want to make sure that we go in, look at that script approval, and that's really necessary because, again, they're going to whittle that down for you. But if your seller is adamant that you have mentioned in every marketing piece that they have a brand new kitchen with brand new appliances, we don't want to leave that out of that script and then you're in the heat for it. So definitely go in, check that out, and that will come out and be ready for you on the 29th. Don't forget, though, in the meantime, you do have the DIY option with the music. You guys asked for it. I believe they're working on a way to get you to be able to choose the music you want. Right now, there's just one choice. But again, you get that video slideshow. And a lot of these pieces can be put on your Agent in Touch website. The professional slideshow, we can take the DIY slideshow, we can take a lot of this information and push it out on your website as well, push it out on social media as well. So when you go into Listing Concierge, again, you will see that little button down at the bottom, and there is a help center as well. So if you're stuck, you just want to learn a little bit more about Listing Concierge, you can go through and look at some different things. There is they do have breadcrumbs at the top. So if you want to just go back that way, objectives, results, we have some release notes in here, any issues that they know about, on the radar, things up and coming, training, resources. TLC Talk is one of my new favorite things. It's tips from the actual Listing Concierge coordinators. So the people that actually run the system, different things. Here are some boost basics, repurposing your materials. So I've had several classes on that. How do we take these brochures if the property's already gone under the market and make them work for us to get us more business? Walking the neighborhood, farming an area, so many other different things that you can do. Definitely check out some of these videos if you have a moment. There's also facts about the program. Excuse me. So we have some general questions here. You can go through, what is the program? I have an assistant. How does that work? Unfortunately, the assistants can't get into the program to be your Listing Concierge coordinator, but they can help you with your order. I do work with several assistants that aid their agents with their orders. Where do the leads for my Listing Concierge website go? They all come to you. So anything from your dot signal rider out front to your single property website, to your Boost by HomeSpotter ad, every single lead goes to you. In Boost by HomeSpotter, we do have to go into the system and get those leads. Anything that comes through dot signal should ring directly to your phone. If you have your lead router set up accordingly, you can see me to help you with that as well. You can go through and see what some of these pieces are. Just listed, just sold email flyer. Again, something that is created for you and will be distributed to your primary sphere group via Prospect Square. So again, a lot of different information. Go through the questions, see if they can answer any of the questions that you may have. There's customer service available. Again, all times, how do I place my order? Who do I call? Can I chat? Can I just email someone, as I'm very busy right now? So you're going to see some facts about the dot signal rider. These are a lot of questions. I get these all the time. Your dot signal riders are unique to your office. They do not have to be registered for the property. They work by magic. And by magic, I mean they work by satellite. So your CB Mobile is a program, again, powered by dot signal. It gives digital flyers for the property. It is location-based technology. So again, all those satellites that are up there are letting the system know, hey, this person texted for the information about 123 Anchor Drive. They're sitting in front of it, or within the last 7 minutes, they were sitting in front of it. You're going to get those leads because you are the listing agent. Let's say they've driven off and now they want information. It's going to give them information for all of the properties listed by your office. But what are they going to do? They're going to look for the property that they want the information on, the one that they initially texted for. Again, your sign rider is given to you by your SSA in your office. So your one of your favorite people, should be one of your favorite people who get you paid, also helps you to get that dot signal rider on there to get those leads. So bonus for the SSAs there. And again, it runs through that office specific keyword. So there's a panel that you get. It says text this code to this number. And when the buyer texts, they text the displayed keyword to the number on the sign rider, they get that instant text message that gives them that beautiful e-flyer with all your professional photos, all the information about the property. It's going to give them, oh, by the way, it gives you their information. You get that lead notification via text message. You can reach out. It's great to explain that to a seller to win the listing. Hey, look, somebody drives by. They don't have to get out of the car if they don't want to. They don't have to traipse across the lawn in the rain to get that brochure that might be a little bit soggy. They're just going to text, and I'm going to be able to reach out to them immediately when they're the most interested about the property, get them in the door, make sure they're pre-qualified, and maybe they will buy your home. And again, those are automatically sent to your mobile phone as a text. They're also sent to your email and stored in the back office account. You can go through .signal to access those as well. Back office account. So on the computer, you're going to go to .signal.com. You're going to click login. You're going to click on real estate login, enter your email and your password. Now your password is going to be your first name plus 123. So mine would be Angie123. Mobile phone, go into the web browser, enter the password or the magic link. If you text .signal to 35620 and click on the text message reply you receive, you will also have access to the system. So again, sometimes people say, hey, my property wasn't found when I tested the keyword in front of the listing. Guys, it takes 24 hours for that magic to start. I'm going to put that .signal rider on today, and by tomorrow, I'll be able to text it and get that information. If the next day it's still not working, you can email their support and let them know. I haven't seen that yet, knock on wood. It does work. The technology is pretty radical. If you want leads to be sent to another agent on your team, guys, if you're on a team, yes, you can do this. You can route them leads to a mobile phone or an email. You can have the leads sent up to 3 mobile numbers and 3 email addresses. Again, go into that back office account. You can select that configuration and get that done. If you're unable to log into the account, check with your SSA to make sure that everything has been set up. And also, you can also come to me. I might be able to help with that. And then also describing how this works. Guys, it's in Moxie. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of all pushed out in Moxie. You can also go to .signal in your back office account, into the marketing suite, into the presentation keyboard. Use the presentation keyword to demonstrate the app during your listing presentation. Yes, that means that you can sit literally live in front of your seller and give them a live demo, and it will work. Obviously not for their particular property. It will give them a more generic copy of the e-flyer. It's really impressive. I don't know anybody that's not going to hire you at this point when they see this technology. Like, wow. I actually worked with an agent in the Bel Air office. She did, her presentation. She got a listing. She used Listing Concierge. And then the client 3 doors down and across the street called. She got there to do the presentation, and they were like, look, we're really happy that you have a presentation for us. We already know we want to hire you. We texted the number on the sign, and you got back to us immediately, not knowing that we were the neighbor. And we got your postcards in the mail, and we absolutely love your marketing. We went online, we checked out the property. The photos were awesome. And she got another listing. That, guys, that's the point of this, to get additional listings. Our reputation is out on that front yard. I want something like this to make my reputation look better than everybody else's. And I'm sure that you do as well. Also in the facts, you're going to see self-service options, printed materials. Again, we won't go through all of this, but you definitely want to go through and read through them. If you want information about Boost by HomeSpotter, again, so much information in here. Yes, add all the sellers. Go in and add prospective sellers. Add your mom. Show the people that you know what you are doing. It's so very impressive. You can change where the ad links to. Someone has to click through and give their information to access photos and unlock them, unlock directions. Maybe they want to calculate a mortgage payment. You're going to get their information. You do get a daily email summary. So be on the lookout for that. Again, I know you guys are inundated with emails, but you can also go into the system. You can go in every day. You can wait a couple days, wait a week, go in when the ad is over. You get 10 days with the bronze, with the silver, and with the gold. You get 3 weeks with the platinum. And if you guys decide that you don't need printed brochures, you can add, I believe it's 14 days of this. So 24 days of Boost by Home Spotter ads. Again, not just the social media. You're on Facebook and Instagram, but you're all over the internet. You're on CNN.com. You're on the Weather Channel, HGTV, NBCSN, sports channels, ESPN, all the places. And again, if you have any questions about it, all of the resources are here in the system. So if you have any
Angie,
Is the
we
sticky?
can't hear you. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's frozen. Can anybody else hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear Angie?
I can hear you.
Okay, but can you hear
I don't hear
Angie?
Angie. I don't
Oh,
hear
no.
Angie.
Yeah, I think she lost her.
How about now?
Oh, yes, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me
now. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Sorry. I think my internet went out for a minute. You gotta love working from home.
All good.
So sorry about that. But yeah, definitely, I love these facts. I'll tell you guys, I've gone in, I've read through them several times. Every time I go in and read through them again, I always kind of spot something that I didn't quite get before. But again, printed materials, anything like that, you can get that information. You can go in again, that's all in the facts section of that help center. Self-service options. What does that mean? Again, that's the flyer, the single property website, the social media banner, the video slideshow, and now it's even the brochures. Again, you can do all of those within the first 60 minutes after, and again, it depends on how techy you are. It might take you a little longer. That's okay. But those are things you can work on immediately. And that's why I said I love to send that stuff out to my clients. I'm under promising and over delivering. If you don't like the design of the flyer, you can change it. You don't like the design of the brochure, you can change it. Social media banners, there's not one option anymore. There's like a dozen in there. You can go in and change that design every 5 minutes if you want to. I've had people that have gone in and done a series of pictures and gone to Facebook and done a carousel of just different pictures, interiors, but all with the same design. It looks very professional, something I can help you with. I've had some agents that have taken their information and put it on their website as well. So I will show you Alicia, something we had done a little more recently, just sold. So she's got this information here about a property. This was her social media banner. We literally just uploaded that onto her website, discovered the details. You can literally go to the single property website, get all of the information for this particular property. Again, remember guys, single property website only has your information and the information about the property. People can't get distracted. She's got her video slideshow here. This one's under contract. You can get the details. Again, a property tour. She's got the information on here. If she's in a listing or she's trying to win a listing, she can send someone to her website and be like, look, this is what I give you. So again, don't be afraid to go into the facts, learn some of the stuff about the system itself. And then when you're in the system, if you do need any help placing an order, I will tell you the ad order has been revamped. It will walk you through the entire order. And just to show you kind of how that works. So I'm just going to cheat the system a little bit. I'm going to go into another agent's account. Don't tell marketing I did those. Just kidding. So I'm going to go in. Let's say I already know, well, we're not going to use that one. Let's say we'll use that property. So we're going to go in and put a property address in. I'll just put my property in. I don't have the MLS number yet, but as soon as I get it, I'm going to put that in. That's going to be important for all of that online ordering. I'm going to continue. I'm going to select my package. Let's just go with gold. You can go through the list and see what is included. Listing details. All right, I'm going to put in the price here. Maybe my seller wants to list at $250 and the house is really worth $240. I can display the list price as price upon request in case that's going to change in the future. I can put in the bedrooms, the bathrooms, the square footage. This isn't really going to come up anywhere in the marketing. It's just for the photographer. We know that photographing a 5,000 square foot property is going to take a lot longer than a 1,500 square foot. That kind of helps them plan their day out too. And the list date, I'm looking to get this thing on the market by next Friday. So we're going to hit the next button. It is just me. If I have a co-lister, I can add him or her. If I'm on a team, I can delegate that information there. Professional photography. This is where I select my photographer. If you see if I hover, it's going to give me extra info on the side. If I need to call them and say, hey, do you have add-ons? Can I do a Matterport tour? Can I do XYZ? I'm ordering a listing concierge package. They're going to be able to give me that info again, contact information, number, and email. I'm just going to go with True Place because that happened to be where my cursor was. Then I'm going to request a time for the photography. So this is just a request. Here it's going to show me I have that twilight photo. If I did platinum, I'm going to have all the aerial shots as well. Then I'm going to select my preferred date and time. Guys, this is not scheduling the appointment. This is requesting the appointment. So I'm requesting the appointment for tomorrow at 10. I do live in Eastern time. And then I'm going to hit next. Guys, you do have to meet the photographers at the property. Lately, I've had a few agents where they haven't done that and they didn't like the photos. Guys, you got to be there. Maybe there's some comments there, seller does not want laundry room photographed, something of that nature, would like some neighborhood shots, something like that. There's a park right down the road. Maybe I'm going to call the photographer when we schedule this and say, hey, can you meet me down the road? I'd like to get some, shots of the local park. Guys, I can use that on my website. So definitely give them some notes for anything. Or if you want to request a specific photographer, I have several agents now that use this for every listing. They use the same photographer almost every time. So now it's going to let me know, hey, you have brochures with this package. If you do not want 50 brochures, you can trade them for an extra 14 days of social and web advertising by Boost. Depending on your marketing strategy, maybe you want to take those brochures and walk a neighborhood. Maybe you want to take them and do some farming. Maybe I just want that online advertising. Guys, if you toggle on this, there isn't any going back and getting the brochures later. Just make sure you're sure when you check it off. But you are able, again, now I'm going to have 24 days of Boost by Home Spotter and getting those leads in instead of 10 days. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And again, that's completely up to you how you want to do it. Do I want additional quantities of my just sold postcard or my mailer? Over here, you'll see what I'm going to get. I already get 50 of the just sold postcards, but I get 100 of the mailers. So you know what, guys? I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to order 50 more of the brochures. That's going to let me know now I have a total of 100. And it's going to cost me $31.50 extra. I will gladly pay that to have the same amount go out. Now I can check out. Everybody's favorite part. You put all your information in. Here I put my info in. It's going to give me my total. And then I'm going to get to the next page. Again, everybody's favorite, where you put your credit card information in. Or if you have a coupon code, I don't know if we have those. Make sure you read through the terms and conditions and accept them. And then over here, I always like to point out, note for the coordinator. This is my first order. If it's your first order, let them know. It's not going to get you anything extra. Sorry. But it just lets them know. And I'm going to get rid of this so that Alicia doesn't come in here and say, what the heck is this? But yeah, guys, it's really that simple. Again, if you're not techie and it takes you longer to do the order, that's okay. But the system will walk you through it now. And then once you have your order, again, it's just about going through, making sure that you have all of the pieces. Oh, and Alicia's in the look. See, you saw me go into your account, didn't you? Okay, it's all right. I'm not in trouble. But yeah,
You're not in
it's I'm not in trouble. Good. As long as I'm not in trouble. But yeah, so I mean, guys, really, the more you use it, the easier it gets. It can be a little clunky. It can be a little frustrating at first, just because you're learning. Lean on me. I am here to help you with your marketing pieces. Again, you'll see that Alicia has some of this awesome stuff. She looks like a rock star on her website. Guys, we did that together. She doesn't have to tell anybody that, though. She can just be like, yeah, look what I did. I put this on my website. This is what this is what you get when you list with me. So definitely lots of tips and tricks in the system. Go through, take a couple minutes, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, read through some of those, get familiar with the pieces. Because I'll tell you what, guys, I did this on the team I was on. We didn't even get all this boost by HomeSpot or dot signal. We didn't get all that gorgeousness. But some of this other stuff, it was so expensive. We were spending at least $1,000 per listing to do our marketing. Let me tell you, I love the fact that Coldwell Banker invests into us. It sees the value in having professional photography and really good marketing. Because again, we want to win more listings. We want to dominate the market. We want our Coldwell Banker signs everywhere. So if we're sitting on floor duty, we're getting all the calls. So it's a win-win-win. And again, if you guys have any questions, if you want to do a one-on-one, we can go through this stuff piece by piece. We can go slowly. If you guys have an order and you want to go through it, we can do that as well. I'm definitely here to help every step of the way. With that, I will stop the recording.